Hello, it's Rob here and welcome to the next of my build videos of my new Tamiya HotShot. Today we're going to be looking at steps 26 onwards, which is setting up and installing and mounting the electronics. So, we've all seen this before. I've gone through, I've centered the servo, I've added the servo saver, and coming up here I've made up the two steering arms. This is rather familiar territory now, so we're going to skip through quite a bit of this. So next one is attaching the steering arms and the servo posts, and then step 29 is installing it into the lower chassis along with the receiver and ESC, and this is where I've got to. And yes, as most of you possibly will see, I'm using the old 27 megahertz because I haven't got any 2.4 gig receivers. So also I've ended up swapping the switch on this Hobby Wing ESC, because not only was it really short, it's really small. Oops, it says dropping it, and there is no way with that short lead of getting it so that it sits on the top here. So at some point shortly that's going to be mounted like so. So we should be moving on to, he says licking his fingers, step 30. So I'll sort the bits and bobs out and join you in a second. Okay, so switch is in place. Was a bit fiddly, could have done with 3 hands, and now we've got to try and join this up. So I think we'll spin it over so that we can see better, and no idea. Oops. I'm out the way, and I think it should be set slot in, something like that, and then we've got these 2 27mm screws that go in the front here, and then shorter ones in the 2 back positions. So let's try screwing them in. There we go. And then we've got 2 other screws that go in there and there, so we'll get them tightened up and carry on. Steps 31 and 32 are to do with the steering. Well, step 31 is partially the steering, but it's also the front bumper. But yeah, so let's get this. I've attached the steering arms, and if we move the paper up, you can see it's telling you to set a bit of toe in. This is what mine's turned out like. So I've not had to adjust this from making them up on the previous page, and there does seem to be quite a bit of toe, so I think I'm going to leave it as it is for now and see how we go. So we can get back in a second to step 31. The second part of step 31 is to add this whopper of a bumper using this plate here and using these various screws. Now, let's move that out of the way for a second. This is the first time in the install guide that it tells you to apply liquid thread lock. And it's to BA2, which is, where's it gone? There it is, which is this machine screw that screws into this aluminium hexagonal bar. But weirdly also, you've not only got that, you've got a washer, BA7, and a spring washer, as well as thread lock. So, what I'm going to try and do, because I've heard bad things about other people with their thread lock and it melting the plastic, and I couldn't find my really old tub of thread lock that I've not had any issues with it melting plastic before. I'm going to try, he says, when it comes, is it using a cocktail stick. I'm not going to get it on the plastic, so let's get this built up then. Right, so yeah, screw your locking washer, ordinary washer, pop that through there. There we go. And then hopefully we can line it up. Yeah. And then we need these two sort of flanged screws to go here, wherever, can't see the hole. That's how I'll tighten them up, and we can see how we attach that beast. Right, so the front bumper basically is just held in place by two screws. And then one in there. So we'll do that and we can possibly go to the next step. Righty-ho folks, if we jump back to step 29, I've missed a bit here, which is attaching some sponge sheet, I'm assuming for holding the battery in place a bit, but this is the sponge it's telling you to use, I think. It's all pre-cut, but it's a bit soft, and I found this from another kit, so it's quite a lot denser. So I'm going to use that. We just stick it in place there like so. And then we can move on. You can't see that, but there it is. And there's the massive front bumper and the steering attached and everything and all the electronics. So with that, I'm going to leave this video here because it looks like we're starting on although more chassis stuff, but yeah, different stuff. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video here. I hope you enjoyed watching and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers, bye.